Wow, YouTube, you've come to me for once. So this is my opinion, getting 4 dislikes and 4 likes. Surprised by that, actually. People actually agreed with me. That's unlike the internet. Well, let's have a look here. Here is me replying to Ethan Freeland. Sorry, Ethan, I couldn't actually reply to your video. It didn't, do thing. So if your planes don't work anymore, don't cry. Make a new plane, and if you don't like it, don't play version 1.0. Thanks for reading. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say here is not that I won't be able to make planes. I can perfectly make planes in FAR. I have played FAR and I have built planes which fly just as well as planes in a normal game. I have no issue with building planes. What I'm saying is that the physics will not be more realistic. They will just ruin the playing experience of building planes because it takes way too long and your designs won't be able to look good because the physics are so weirdly glitchy that it's going to require you to do a thing that makes the wings way too small or, just ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying, squad, that this will happen. I'm just saying, if it happens like FAR has it, it is. FAR is not realistic physics. It is more realistic, but in the same way, it's just making your planes more difficult to build, and anything that you do build ends up looking less realistic than planes in the normal game, which really makes it seem less realistic, and that is kind of how it turns out to be. Because some of the FAR planes just would never work in real life, pointing out the flaws in FAR. It cannot be realistic if a plane that would work in real life works in FAR. That is not how it will work. Plus, Neldanax, I forgot how to use Tockets. For one, while making no sense, is probably referring to me saying I don't enjoy rockets as much. I remember how to make rockets. I've been to Elu and back. Legitimately. Have you? Just asking a question. You may have. I'm not saying you haven't. If you're good enough to do that, small clap for you, but I have. So I'm not bad at the game. That's not how it works. If I'm bad at the game, I can't make it to the most difficult planet to get to, land, re-encounter my probe, dock with it, and fly back to Kerbin while landing on Kerbin without any issues, carrying a Kerbal. Heck, I didn't do science on Kerbin, on Elu, because it was in the sandbox mode, but career mode kind of bores me a little bit. I mean, I enjoyed it for a bit, and then eventually it just got a bit too repetitive, just spamming science things on everything, and going to different biomes and stuff to get science, and I got quite bored of it, really, because it would require a lot of kind of grinding of science in order for me to unlock anything new, but this is actually quite well structured, if you were wondering. This is the kind of criticism I do like, unlike Neldanax up here, who says, I forgot how to use Tockets, hence me liking the comment. He probably wasn't expecting that. If you don't like the update, then don't use the new version. What I'm saying is not that I don't like it. I don't know if I will like it or not. I'm just saying, don't make it so that I don't like it. This update is supposed to give the gamer a more realistic control when it comes to flying planes and rockets. Rockets? Yes. Planes? No. Will not work. Separate entities? No. Not how physics is going to... Physics cannot really work more realistically in KSP because of the way that it's been built. They don't need that in planes. Plane physics are fine as they are. It doesn't matter. If you flip out, big deal. Just remove some of the lift... as in terms of turning, make your plane turn a little bit slower, make sure you're not pulling as many G's on it, or simply make it so that you have much less, what's in my bobby, aero drift or something. Yeah, carrying on. Yes, some people's designs will not work. Not some people's, all people's designs will not work. Not just some people's, all designs in the base game will not work. They will not work. Not some, all. Yes, this game is not a simulator and should be fun while still having a science of true physics, I think, or sign or something. Yeah, it should be more realistic than it is. But this isn't a way to go around it, really. It's not the best way of dealing with the realism issue. The best way of dealing with the realism issue is adding realistic physics. What I'm saying is FAR physics. I don't want FAR physics. F-A-R. Ferrum Aerospace Research. I do not want FAR in the game. Realistic physics? Okay. FAR? No. Most gamers like myself are looking forward to these new aerodynamics. So am I! I'm looking forward to the new aerodynamics, as long as they don't screw it up. They should make flying more challenging. If flying is more challenging, how will that make it more entertaining? I just want to point out, challenge is not always what makes a game. Games which are focusing on comedy don't need to do that. This game is partly focused on comedy, plus it's also based around casual players as well as serious players. Half of the audience, I'm assuming, is probably casual. They're probably there just for playing around and having a little bit of, casual fun. Or some people are going to be playing it for, realism and building planes that can actually do stuff and flying to there and flying to here and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but you don't need to tend to one side. Add physics that work so you can play it casually. Unlike FAR, you can't play that casually, you've got to be serious. And physics that also are slightly more realistic so that the people who really like to play seriously are more like, this is slightly more realistic, this is more fun. While still adding a fun aspect. Some people like a serious fun game. Yeah, people do like serious fun games. If you have a serious game that isn't fun, people aren't going to play it. And then we go back to the don't cry. I've watched the video through quite a few times. My voice isn't exactly cracking up like I'm about to cry, but whatever. That was probably the biggest issue I had with that post, rather than the morlation of the jettison of most grammar from the English language in there. But, yeah, that is me, instead of trying to explain it in a comment, explaining it through voice, because this is more me. So this video is going to be a bit of a carry-on from the previous video. If you have watched this, please do leave a like, favourite, and or subscribe if you enjoy with my opinions now that I've explained them a little bit more. And I will see you guys next time.